The United Nations is calling for a global solution to relieve the pressure on Greece and Middle Eastern countries that are housing the growing number of migrants fleeing conflict in Syria, Iraq and beyond. The UN has warned that border closures in Eastern Europe are turning Greece into a giant camp that within weeks could hold 70,000 asylum seekers. Around 30,000 people are stranded in Greece at the moment, and another 2,000 more are arriving each day in the hope of reaching Western Europe. Anne Barker reports.
Another day and thousands more migrants pour into Greece to attempt the journey to Western Europe. And once again, the border with Macedonia is shut to all but the lucky few. Frustration and overcrowding haven't stopped the stream of people heading north. Young, old, many carrying babies or heavy baggage are choking the roads and fields approaching the border. The UN High Commission for Refugees estimates there are 10 to 12,000 people at the border alone. Its spokesman, Baba Balok.
Yesterday, there were only 400 people that are allowed in by the Macedonian. So the pressure is building up clearly over here, and there doesn't seem to be any resolution of this situation.
Elsewhere too, Greece is struggling to accommodate the growing number of asylum seekers. Another 12,500 are in camps on the mainland. About 6,000 are waiting on Greek islands. Greece's Migration Minister, Yannis Mouzalis, says it's a constant challenge to build new camps and new shelters. About 10,000 spots were constructed in 10 days, he says. There'll be another 15,000 in the following days. Thousands of people are fed. It's a massive effort. The UN is warning the number of migrants trapped in Greece will reach 70,000 in a few weeks if current numbers continue. Peter Sutherland is a special representative for the UN Secretary-General on international migration.
The inevitable consequence of this is that Greece increasingly becomes a camp for refugees and migrants.
The situation in Greece has led the European Council President Donald Tusk to urge migrants who aren't genuine refugees not to come to Europe.
I want to appeal to all potential illegal economic migrants, wherever you are from. Do not come to Europe. Do not believe the smugglers. Do not risk your lives and your money. It is all for nothing. Greece or any other European country will no longer be a transit country.
The UN is now calling for a global response to the migrant crisis, saying the numbers involved are too high for Greece or even Europe to absorb. Peter Sutherland says other countries, as Canada has done, must share the burden.
Why should Turkey, Lebanon and Jordan, outside the EU, and Greece, particularly within the EU, carry a disproportionate burden to what should be not merely a European, but a world responsibility? And the figures demand, and Canada has stepped up to the plate, others have to do the same.
Some migrants are considering other options. At least 2,000 people are stranded at Greece's main port in Athens, sleeping inside the terminal buildings. Many are now applying for asylum in Greece rather than risk the futile journey further north. Marlene Larsen-Grave represents the European Asylum Support Office.
I think people are starting to see that it's actually a good option for them. Of course, there are people that want to make the decision to attempt and go themselves, but we encourage them not to choose the irregular way, but to choose this legal and safe option.
The European Union will host a summit on the migrant crisis early next week.
And